Hello, viewers. Welcome to my channel, Sensor 360 Investor. Today, we're going to do kind of a podcast type of video, which is going to be a recording of a meeting for the Sunday night stock review. It's not going to be a full meeting, so it's going to be held at a partial level since that it's a separate group, but putting on video for today. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at the SNSR-B top 10 from the weekend. And first up is Crowd, which is CrowdStrike Holdings. And here we can see that stocks kind of put in a low at the turn of the year. Since then, it's been working up on still stepping up higher low here from the lows from the downturn down here. And now it's kind of made this basing area, which is reasonably good looking consolidation. So as it takes the height of that out on a breakout, that'll be a ticket on an entry. You can see the relative strength lines been improving, although in the context of a large move down, we can see that, but it has made the turn here, and now it's trying to retake prior resistance zones. So we're looking for a move above this consolidation on CrowdStrike. Next stock is Dynatrace. And Dynatrace, we can see about the market's been fairly flat. It started to pick up recently, and we can see that momentum. Stocks got momentum now in this big breakout week here. Went on to form this base, broke through it. Sideways consolidation in a flattish base. Now it's moved above that. So it is above its recent consolidation. It's just hanging above it. So this may be a little bit still within the chase zone. So it still can be considered, but the technical is a little bit weaker at this stage, and you still have a lot of overhead supply back up here. Next up is NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a fairly busy chart, so we can see the pullback in the correction down here, bottoms out, starts to move up, and so this stock made a new trend here, lows, higher lows, makes a higher high, and since then it's pretty much been in an uptrend all the way, even getting above the upper channel trend lines, and it's been hugging that upper channel trend line as it continues to move into high ground. And relative to the market, we can see it's pretty much at an astronomical run. So right now, doesn't look like there's an easy entry point at these levels. There is some price resistance over the last 4 or 5 weeks, which can be used as your pivot point as this stock continues to move up. It does report later this month, so you still have, for the most part, pretty close to a full month before you get to the earnings. So you're looking for a breakout into high ground. Video. Next stock up is Mongo databases. Mongo databases, as that is showing some relative strength off the lows down here. We can see it moving up, a little bit of consolidation. Oh, another consolidation here, breaks out, follows through, and then kind of continuing to trend up, almost like a little wedging pan as it makes move. So no clear discernible pattern for us to work with here. We are looking for there's a price swing high up here, or obviously higher highs up here, but not a good pattern for us to pick this off this week. So we'll continue and move on. Next up is AAON, which is Basic Materials. So this stock we can see a reasonably good relative strength line. The stock kind of bottoms in this zone. It starts to trend up, through the first consolidation, second consolidation, and this third consolidation up here. It is slightly above it. So kind of getting close to the pivot that they had before. It is within the chase zone, so can be considered at this level as well. Next stock is Broadcom. And Broadcom, we can see reasonable relative strength line. Bottom stand here, moves up, little sideways digestion, and breaks through that. And now it's making another little price consolidation zone up here. It is kind of wedging up along that moving average. So break above the highs will be your area that you want to look at on Broadcom. Next one up is Boyd Company, which is a Chinese electrical vehicle company. So this one we can see has been trading reasonably flat. Momentum wise, it's just going sideways. Not enough for us to want to play around with this, I think. So we'll let that one go. Next up is Celsius Holdings. Celsius Holding has been pretty good from a relative strength line, being the broader benchmarks, and some of the price wise, it's been consolidating for quite a while in a sideways move, and it has moved up recently, where we can see the relative strength lines outperforming the benchmark. But it's kind of holding up at this level. Reports earlier this month or later, probably next week, right? August 8th. So a little too close to earnings to want to establish a new position at this stage. So best to probably just wait on this one post earnings. Next up is Salesforce. So Salesforce had a turn at the beginning of the year, had some good earnings, and then since then it's just been in a established uptrend. And now it's putting in a nice little pullback, which is playable off that 50-day moving average. So this is playable on a pullback. And then our last stock to look at is Lattice Semiconductors. Again, fairly reasonable relative strength line. So that's outperforming the index. And then we've got a bottoming process here. New uptrend starts to establish higher lows, higher highs. It's consolidating through the stage. Still in a consolidation, so it's kind of putting in a cup and a handle. And so the higher the handle is where you want to look for a pivot on this one. So that's 10 from SNSR-B. And what I'll do is I'll post the actual pivots to the group that are part of it. But since this is an out of cycle meeting, it has been recorded as a video / podcast and it'll be put up on the YouTube for the members to watch, but it'll also be available to anybody who's got access to YouTube as well. Okay, so let me pause.